Montez first throws hard but kind of wild. We were able to let him kind of get himself in trouble, but then Plasmeyer hit him because he's going to be in the zone. I thought that was pretty interesting first few innings.
Well, yeah, I thought we had a lot of good at bats today, against all their guys, and I think it started with yesterday and just more competitive. But the first guy's just a terrific arm. But yes, he helped us out with some walks. But I thought we had some really good at bats. I thought Bortles sacked fly, and of course, Fortes's big double, in the first, really I think set the tone. But throughout the day, everybody in the lineup, and you can tell everybody talked about hitting's contagious, and now the top's starting to really heat up. That I think it's taken some pressure off of Gray and Cooper and some guys at the bottom, because they're getting a lot better swings and a lot better at bats off.
How did David feel out there today?
He said he felt good, but to be honest, Bearsha, it's hard to imagine that being sick, waking up yesterday with the stomach flu and throwing up and not even allowed to come to the field, that you're so sick. Getting a text from me last night, 9 o'clock, make sure you're still okay, and that you think you'll be able to pitch tomorrow, and to show up. And it's kind of a different weather day than we've had, and really, it looks like a bad line. He doesn't, get the win, and he gives up 4 2/3. But he was a pitch away from, going 5 innings, and only 1 run. And so, just, he's a good competitor. But he'll never admit it. But I just don't think he was right today, health-wise.
Just 1 out, but Gray's big play in the hole saved the run and could have kept that thing from spiraling.
And we just talked about it on the air how proud, I am of his defense, and it's obvious that offensively he hadn't had the year to this point that he would want or we would expect or whatnot, but he's handled it. He's gotten better and better defensively. Made 2 really good plays last night. The play you're talking about today was even better. He's made that sliding ball into the 6 hole several times this year, but that was the best. I thought that ball was deep into the hole, longest throw, and he's played defense at such a high level that if he gets any hits, it's a plus.
On a similar note, Nick said he was getting more comfortable at first base. What did you think of him throughout the weekend?
Saying that after the 8th inning? I'm teasing. Yeah, Nick just came up to me and said he's got to work defensively. We're proud of him. They're not easy plays. The ball that tripled down the line, kicked, hit something, and actually looked like he wasn't going to get to it, and actually went under him. Kind of took a weird hop. Then there was a line drive, I think, by Meisner, smoked at him, and the catching instincts took over, and he tried to block it, and it's hard to do that. You can't really play the infield that way, but he's the one thing about Nick is he made a couple nice plays yesterday. A play yesterday on Blackman's ball, keeping his foot on the base. A ball that Gray threw high today that a lot of rookie first basemen come off the base, and he stood on the base. As long as he continues not only to hit, but to be aggressive out there, he's done terrific. So he'll get better.
What do you think about Houston and Will, what they gave you out of the pen? Not only today, but what they've done really all season for you guys?
Well, Houston, another freshman that, with all the, really the freshmen that we've talked about so much, really he goes, unnoticed by a lot of people, but his numbers are as good as anybody, and throws 3, I think premium pitches into the zone, and makes it really difficult, on the hitters, and of course did a great job today. And Will looks to just continue to get more and more comfortable out of the pen. Dallas had because of long inning yesterday, had a little tender shoulder today, so we weren't going to pitch him. So we were trying to hold Will off to the very end, and of course he looked like a back at the end bullpen guy today, and that's nice when you got a guy like him and Dallas at the back end.
Is the changeup something that Houston has developed since he's been here? I know he didn't throw it a ton in high school.
Well, I think a lot of guys in high school, he probably threw it more than you thought, but I think a lot of guys in high school, especially the elite pitchers, it's tough just because it's a scary pitch. Some of the hitters, they're late for your fastball and they run into your changeup. But he's a guy that can throw it both the right-handers and left-handers, and it's been a good pitch for him.
There was a sequence in the 6th, Mike, where Cooper threw out the guy at second, and then the next pitch, Houston gets the pop-up.
Big inning.
Yeah, you talk about Cooper's defense a little bit, please, because you had mentioned how it had slipped a little bit when he was concerned about his offense.
And I thought he had a great jump. I think that was Meisner stealing that base, and he did that kind of shuffle off first. But Coop, he throws people out when they get great jumps, and you think you normally don't have a chance. And balls low up the line, and Gray made a great play, sticking his face in there, catching the ball, and putting a tag on. But he's safe, and something else happens in that inning, it might be a different ball game at the end. So that was huge to get out of there. And he's playing, I think, back to his capabilities back there, where we talked in the beginning where he's a difference maker. He's throwing people out. I think I think people are a little more tentative on the bases, and certainly blocking the ball, and his leadership. He's playing with a lot of energy. He looks good back there.
You happy with the way the guys just responded after Friday night's loss?
Yeah, Friday was tough. We the second, the weekend before was Thursday, but the second Friday night in a row where, we just don't play very well. And, I think everybody was disappointed with that. But I thought the last 2 days, in all phases, I thought we were really, minus a couple errors there in the eighth, I thought we played really good defense. I thought we certainly, which we talked about, hitting a lot more quality at bats throughout the lineup, competitive at bats. And then, I thought the pitching's been really strong.